So buckle up, America. The next 4 years may not be smooth sailing, and there's still a very real chance the president-elect won't get everything on his Christmas list. He may have to walk away with a little bit of coal. But we do begin tonight with Lewandowski, senior advisor for Trump's 2024 campaign. Corey, thank you so much for joining us. A ton to pick apart, right? So let's start with the first 100 days. The president-elect said that he's anticipating an extraordinary first 100 days. Your predictions, what's front and center right now for you?
Well, Merry Christmas. First, front and center for the Trump administration, which is going to start 4 weeks from today, as a matter of fact, is going to be to seal the border. And that's a promise that the president has campaigned on from the very beginning. Look, we cannot be a nation if we've got an open border crisis. We're the only civilized country that doesn't have a situation where we can control our own border. So sealing the border and making sure we know who is coming in. That doesn't mean we don't let people in, but it means we vet them and we get the best and the brightest coming forth. The second thing on that first 100 days is going to start deporting the criminals, the 13,099 convicted murderers who are in this country, the almost 17,000 rapists, and the 425,000 people who have criminal convictions who are here illegally. In addition to that, we've got about 1.5 million people who have final deportation orders, meaning they've gone through all of the court process and they've been told that they must leave this country, but they continue to stay here. So when you look at what Tom Homan is going to do, we're going to start that deportation from the worst people in our country who don't belong here anymore. And then the other thing that Donald Trump has to do in the first 100 days is we've got to work with Congress to start providing some relief. Relief at the gas pumps, relief at the grocery store, so that Americans can have more money in their pockets to get back on their feet after the 4 long years of the Biden administration.
Okay, there's other topics that I want to get to, but I do want to stay with immigration. We had some horrific news over the weekend, some crimes on the subway there where a immigrant allegedly lighting a woman on fire. Does this give you confirmation? Does this give the president-elect confirmation that this is what he essentially was elected for?
Well, you're exactly right. And look, this is a person who has been flagged already, allegedly, for being in this country illegally, who shouldn't have been here, who should have been deported already. But because of the sanctuary city policies that a number of these cities have, and by being soft on crime, these individuals took this poor woman's life who was simply on the subway. She fell asleep, and this animal lit her on fire and then watched her from a bench burn to death. If that is not masochistic, then nothing is. And people like that don't belong in our society. They don't belong in any society.
All right, I want to backtrack a little bit because the president-elect and Elon Musk were in the headlines, right? We talked about the CR, what happened. Even the WSJ said the budget, they called it a budget fiasco, right? You didn't hear that coming from the president-elect. I do want to play a soundbite for you because we have seen Elon Musk with him quite a bit, making headlines. Here's what the president said about his appearances with the billionaire.
They're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening.
All right, Corey, you've known the president-elect for quite some time. He's not known for sharing a stage. Would you argue he's sharing a stage now?
Well, what he's doing is he's surrounding himself with really smart people, and he's using them to his advantage in a positive way. Look, what did Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and Vice President designee Vance do? They went to Capitol Hill and said this bill that had 1,547 pages, which was bloated with pork and spending, is not going to pass. And the group of Doge that's going to be tasked with looking at saving our taxpaying dollars hit the alarm button. And what happened? The Republicans ultimately killed that bill. They passed a bill that was about 20 or 21 pages, much more succinct. It didn't have this spending on it, but what it said was, we're not going to give $50 billion to pharmaceutical industries at the expense of taxpayers. And so listen, what Elon is doing, what Vivek is doing, what J.D. Vance is doing, they're working with President Trump to make sure that the best legislation can get passed so that American taxpaying dollars aren't being wasted. It's great to have smart people surrounding the president.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.